to voice their grievances. In mid-November, news broke that the Israeli government had appointed a Dead Sea Scroll scholar, Emmanuel Tov, to act as joint editor-in-chief of the project to translate and publish the entire corpus of Qumran material. This appointment was apparently made without consulting the existing editor-in-chief, John Strugnell, who was reported to have opposed it by that time. However, Strugnell was ill in hospital and not able for comment, or it would seem for any serious opposition. By that time, too, even his former colleagues, such as Frank Cross, were beginning to distance themselves from him and to criticize him publicly. There were also other reasons for this sequence of events. Earlier in November, Strugnell, from his quarters at the Collège Biblique, had given an interview to a journalist for Haaretz, a leading Tel Aviv newspaper. The precise context of his remarks is not at the moment altogether clear, but the remarks themselves, as reported by the world's press, were hardly calculated to endear him to the Israeli authorities and display for a man in his position what can only be described as a flamboyant lack of tact, according to the New York Times of 12 December 1990. Strugnell, a Protestant convert to Catholicism, said of Judaism, "It's a horrible religion. It's a Christian heresy, and we deal with our heretics in different ways." 2 days later, the Times contained more of Strugnell's statement. "I think Judaism is a racist religion, something very primitive. What bothers me about Judaism is the very existence of Jews as a group." According to London's Independent, Strugnell also said that the solution, an ominous word for Judaism, was mass conversion to Christianity. In themselves, of course, these comments had no direct relevance to the question of the Dead Sea Scroll scholarship, to the withholding of Qumran material from other researchers and the procrastination in its release. But such comments could hardly have been expected to enhance the credibility of a man responsible for the translation and publication of ancient Judaic texts. Not surprisingly, a major scandal ensued. It was covered by British newspapers. It was a front-page item. For newspapers in Israel, France and the United States. Strugnell's former colleagues as gracefully but as hastily as possible endeavored to disown him. By the middle of December, it was announced that he had been dismissed from his post, a decision in which apparently his former colleagues and the Israeli authorities had concurred. Delays in publication and problems of health were cited as factors contributing to his dismissal.